Hi, my name is Panibus. Yesterday we did superposition collapse into the event stream was the basis of the design of the tarot read. Today we're going from event selection through propagation through our four channels: fire, water, air, and earth, which for the sake of this reading I like to relate to input, integration, spatial continuity, construction, object self-persistence, condition, and then temporal narrative continuity, construction. And so basically we're going from when the event's selected. So the event being selected for us today is, again, fortune as the center card, same as yesterday. Very interesting. So now, as it goes forward, what happens is that essentially space-time is pulled on, and the pressures and conditions that, the way I like to see it is the conditions that bend and curve space-time to manifest in physical reality is the level of awareness that we're working on here. So as we go into our input integration, our primary input forming the reality basis is then the Empress. So exactly multiplication through this exact junction, which I refer to as specifically within my framework as the hinge. It's the point where superposition collapses through the hinge into moibus toroidal degeneration. Or in other words, it's when reality fills out according to the trajectory. So an event's selected and then reality is constrained around it until the formation of physical reality in its final output. As far as our spatial continuity construction, we have the Prince of Wands, which is showing full forward momentum. We talked yesterday how the momentum was in the subconscious, but now we're looking at it that the forward momentum has moved into the space and the areas around us. So now as we moved into object self-persistence condition, we have vigilance. This is an important card for us today. It shows to be well aware of our objects and their relation to us. There's no such thing as a random object. Every object carries an implied meaning or an association with it. So it's important, I found, to be extra conscious about just the items that you carry with you, the items that you place and where and why. And if you can go into an extra level of detail, it can be very enlightening as to what that holds for you. So as we move into our temporal narrative construction, we have Dominion, which is showing that this new phase is really holding the strong frequency of a total victory, of a strong position for forward movement in our life. And so now we're going to go in and we're going to fill in the individual sections and the individual streams. First of all, we'll start with fire and start with fire, water, fire, etc. as we constrain the space downward and in around our event trajectory. This is good to see. Fire, the main energy that's carrying and passing through is the High Priestess, which shows that we've now crossed to the other side. The inversion is complete. Leading into pleasure, Six of Cups. So a very enjoyable energy that's propelling us and inspiring us, very creative, expansive too, which I like. Within the air quadrant of fire, we have the Prince of Swords. So it's important that the mind remains in its proper place, but within the air position, the Prince of Swords is essentially in the right place. It's telling us not to overthink things, not to overcomplicate things right now at this time. For next, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is in the Earth of Fire section and closes out this first contraction, which is our relationship to our divine self and to our true self, the pure awareness, that which the consciousness which permeates our reality and which, you know, is everything essentially. So moving into spatial continuity construction, the eon is the first energy to arise here. This was the one that closed out the event stream, and it actually represents the event stream. So it's showing that in the Knight of Cups quadrant, in the following of our hearts, is deeply linked into forward momentum, stepping out of the intellectual sphere and into the heart sphere. And this gives us the position of power with the Ace of Wands, as we construct the spaces and the places in which our existence will be. We do so with our creative power as opposed to an overly intellectual view of it. The Princess of Cups confirms this by going into the water quadrant of water, showing that it is that perfect innocence that is the clarity, and a very unique balance of water and fire around this event for us. This whole spread so far is showing very balanced elemental encoding. And then the Princess of Wands landing in the Earth of Water segment. This is showing Aleister Crowley compared this card to the Virgin Fire dance at the rites of spring, and so it's definitely the innocent passions that are propelling the forward movement. Definitely a vigilance to stay away from over intellectualization, going too far into mental confinements and mind shackles, mind forged manacles, as William Blake put it. Moving into our object self-persistence condition, 10 of Cups is the first card that arises here, which shows that the vigilance is breeding full satisfaction within this event. And so with a star confirming that as the next card, now is the time that you're on the stage. It is now that you have the chance to step into what you really want, and to insist on the full manifestation of what you really want, not just don't compromise. Be completely transparent, be solar, allow yourself to show forth. Don't worry how you're perceived, don't worry how you come across. It's not important. What's important is how you feel. I'm really getting this strong as a message that it's the feelings, and this is the universe, that this new universe, this new life, new reality that comes from prior constraints is now being propelled by passion over anything else, creativity and passion. So as we go forward, filling out our temporal narrative continuity construction, I actually knew this was coming. It's a picture of Aleister Crowley when he was younger. I leave this card in the deck because Crowley he was the architect behind this specific deck, and also his entire magic system has, inspired me tremendously throughout my life. And Crowley is a prime example of narratives getting out of hand. I feel like Aleister Crowley is not really evaluated based off of his work, which his work and his creations are absolutely extraordinary, and he gets seen more from reputation and from stories that other people told about him. So I think that's an important reminder that in grounding everything, to take a look at the real work, have your own opinions, go into things deeper than you normally do. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of space for exploration in that. The Four of Cups with luxury comes up, that it's going to be comfortable going forward. It's not going to be as strained for you. And so there is going to be room for exploration. There is going to be room to push things deeper, to not be so hard-nosed intellectually with everything. And yeah, the Four of Swords then confirms that there's a truce going on with that, and that basically there is opportunities for peace to be made and to move forward without the battles that probably previously accompanied many things leading into this new event stream. And that's where we land on the Magician as the final card is, and the final message of the day is, you're the creator of your reality. You're the one who chooses the events. You're the one who creates the events, and you should not be afraid of asserting yourself and making your presence known in this world. Not at all. There's nothing to be ashamed of in that, and that's my final message for today. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave comments if you have any questions. Thank you for being here.